In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create collections and share them with a student. The collection creation is going to be done from an import file that comes from Trillium. Right now, I am logged in as a teacher, and we are on the My Home page. In the top right-hand corner, click on the ePortfolio red briefcase that will bring us into the ePortfolio tool. And before we go into the My Items area, it's very helpful if you change your settings for your collections so that you have 20 instead of 10 or 5. So if you click on Settings, and just make sure that your default list size is 20. By default, it is usually 10, and I'm going to save and close. Next, we're going to go to the My Items area. In the My Items area, we still need to create collections for each of our students for the current school year. We're going to go to More Actions button, and we're going to choose the Go to Import Export Page option. On the next page, we're going to choose the Import button because we're going to be importing a file into the ePortfolio. So I'm going to click on the Import button. I need to choose the file that I want to import from. And currently, I am getting these files from Trillium and then providing them to teachers as I visit the school. So if I'm going to be visiting your school, I will bring the file with me. Otherwise, if you would like the file, just simply email me and I can get that information from Trillium for you. So I'm going to choose the correct file. And Next button will be my next choice because I do have the file there. I'm going to click on Next button. And the file is importing. And it's in the process right now of unpacking and putting all the collections in place. And we now see all the collections created. Occasionally we are finding when we do an import that we are noticing multiple copies of collections for each student. Just have a peek through, and if you see any extra collections, you can click on the X beside them. Or if a student has moved on and is no longer a student in your school, you could also do it, click on the X there. Now in the bottom left-hand corner, click on the Import button. We are now done the import, so click on the Done button. And let's go back to the My Items area in order to see the collections now created. We can now see all of the collections created, and if we look through, we can again double check that we're not seeing duplicates. And usually when we have duplicates, we're seeing duplicates of the whole class, so it would be very obvious if that happens. After we have the collection made, we are now ready to share the collection with the student. It is a requirement to have the students and family to have access to what's in the collection. So that's why we're doing this. And so we're going to click on the down arrow beside our first student, who is Charlotte, and we're going to click on the Share option. And then the Add Users and Groups button. And now we are loading students, and they are coming from all the students in the board and teachers in the board. So this can take a little bit of time. And we are ready to do a search now. My suggestion is always to search one thing at a time. So we could search the student's last name, and we can see over here that we get more than 10. So we could go to the second page, or we could make our list longer and find the student. We could also search by first name. I would only recommend doing that if the name isn't very common. So we see in this particular case that we do have less than 10 students with the name Scarlett. So that's a good option for searching. And probably your best option for searching is if you know the student's student number or computer username, and you just apply the last 5 numbers of the student number or the numbers that are part of the computer username. In this particular case, I'm going to put in the student's username. And when I do that, I should just get one student. If it kind of flops around, just enter one of the numbers again. And when I get the correct student, I'm going to click on their name, then the Share button. I can see on this screen that I am sharing with Scarlett. Scarlett can view, add, see comments. If I wish to change any of those, click on the pencil. If I have shared with the incorrect person, click on the X to stop sharing, and then click on Close. You will now see beside Scarlett that we actually have a little marshmallow guy beside, which shows that we are sharing with Scarlett. If you look through your list and you notice any errors in the names of the students, or you wish to add a last initial, simply click on the down arrow beside the name, choose Edit, and make any corrections that you need to make. Click on the Save and Close button. And you can go back to MyItems to see all of the collections there. So this is the end of the video that shows creating collections from an import file from Trillium and then sharing the collection with the student.